ever just go to do a simple task and it just ends up taking a whole lot longer than it actually should? Well, I'm down here in my barn, and as you can see, I've got my bush hog over here, and I'm trying to do some bush hogging. Got the tractor running, warming up, and it's been so long since I've used the bush hog that I've got this sitting in front of it. That's no big deal. I've got it on pallets. But I forgot that I have gravel out here from another project a few months ago, and I used half of it, and then I want to use that half on something else, and that's the only real good storage space I have. So hopefully I can still get in here and hook up. And the other thing is, I forgot that I had the hay bale spear on the tractor. So that's got to come off before I can hook anything up. Well, as y'all can see, the gravel won. I tried to come in here and pick that pallet up, and my forks were just too tilted to even get in the pallet, and I figured it would make it hard to hook the bush hog up and everything too, so I might as well just come down here and clean this out a little bit. The really funny thing is, the only reason I'm even really using the bush hog is because my zero-turn mower is down right now. I thought I was gonna get some bush hogging done tonight, not just hooking up and fiddling around with gravel and stuff like that. But here we are. Let me see what time it is. It is 7:06, and it's pitch dark outside, end of October. So I'm kind of on a time crunch because I'm bush hogging for a reason. So I guess I'll come home the next couple nights after work and bush hog. Like I say, I'm only bush hogging, I think, a total of 2 acres. But like I say, my zero turns down, which, let me go up here and show you why. But if that wasn't down, I really wouldn't have had to do any of this. We basically have our property now to where we can either use our zero turn or we make hay on it. So we just have a lot of open land like that. But as you can see, my zero turn is all tore apart right now. That is because on this side here, basically Kawasaki, I don't have anything against Kawasaki's, but apparently they have a thing where, I don't know, if you get on the internet and research, the fan, it collects all kinds of debris up here on top of the cylinder head. I have the cylinder head off now. This one, it doesn't. I haven't even cleaned that at all. This one, I'll put a picture up. When I took his cylinder head off, there was like inches of debris up here. And the thing is, you don't notice it because this shield is down on here, and that debris is way up, like kind of under this spot. I mean, it looks clean down here. The debris causes the air-cooled engine to get hot on that cylinder head. The valves seize up, which leads to bent push rods right here. So anyways, I'm in the process of fixing all that. So it's now the next evening after work, and I'm coming down to the spot where I need to bush hog. Man, I love this time of year. Look at that walnut tree there. When we looked at this house and everything for sale back in 2014, the lady that owned the property drove us down, and we had to stop in front of this gate here on a golf cart. And it was like July or something, and this area down here was nothing but like 6 and 8 foot tall weeds. They had all gone to seed at that point. It was just crazy. As a matter of fact, we didn't even really know what was down here at the time. And over the years, I bush hogged, really just kept on top of it and everything. And now, like I say, we mow this with our Hustler zero turn. But that's down right now, which is why I'm bush hogging it. Because you can tell this isn't really all that tall. But look at this, guys. For something that was just super weedy, 8 foot tall weeds, not really that much grass. Look at this now. I mean, it's When you mow this with the zero turn, it looks like a yard down here. I gotta look up, I keep notes on my phone as far as what direction to run this bush hog. Because I'll tell you a funny story. When we bought this bush hog, for probably like 2 years, I was a little unsatisfied with the cut. And one day I just said, because I was going the direction I always used to go with my old bush hog. And I said, I'm gonna change the direction from counterclockwise to clockwise or whatever. And I did that with this one. And this thing cuts like a lawnmower now. So y'all can go ahead and laugh, but I keep notes on pretty much all my implements. That way I can just hook up and go and don't have to mess with anything. So like right here, Land Pride bush hog, right here, clockwise is best direction to run. So I have that notated down. And I also have pictures here of exactly where the 3-point position control needs to be to give me the height cut that I want. So I tell you what, guys, it truly does save a lot of time. How many of y'all carry a camera tripod around on the back of your bush hog? I gotta get that off there so I can start. About 6:30 p.m. I'm done. Man, we're losing light fast this time of year. I hate that. That's the one thing I hate. But I meant to say, guys, the reason I'm doing this, we're actually having an annual camping trip down in this area this weekend. And with that zero turn mower being down, I had to mow it. So it was tall enough, it had to be mowed. If we weren't having that trip, I probably just would have let it road for, all winter. Anyways, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. It's the next evening after work. And as you can see, I'm down here in my hayfield. Let me spin this thing around. This is where we made hay a couple weeks ago. I got the Kubota out here. And I'm getting ready to do this because this was a spot about an acre here where I couldn't make hay because it was too wet down in there. So I need to bush hog it. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's kind of the line. I don't know how good it'll show up on camera, but it doesn't look that tall, right? But this stuff, when you get down, it is just thick. It's matted over, it's down. And in my experience, stuff like this is really hard to cut. Quick little update. I'm this far along now. I started over there and I'm over here. I'll tell you one thing. I'm always reminded how much I love that MX 5800. when I'm bush hogging, which I don't bush hog all that much. But this stuff is thick, and since it was laid over, it was wet down in there. And I mean, I don't know if you could tell on the camera as I was cutting, but this is just some gnarly stuff. I mean, very gnarly. And it's not that it's tall or anything, it's just damp, it's down, it's fine grass, which is always harder to cut. And that stuff just sets under the bush hog. It sets, you know, in the frame of the bush hog there, and just gets mulched up and everything else. It takes a lot of horsepower to do that stuff. Since it got dark on me last night, I couldn't really show you the finished product of this little Hayfield piece, but this is now the next evening. Hopefully that shows up on camera, but you can kind of see the line there, and what, roughly down there or something, down there. Anyways, it looks fairly good. Definitely good enough to overwinter my Hayfield, but man, that stuff was just so thick that, I mean, you could pretty much rake this up and bale it. I mean, look at that nice stuff. All right, guys, so I'm now back down in our campground area, and I came down here. I got the weed eater on the golf cart, and I came down and I weed eated around this tree and around this fire pit up here and a couple other things. But our friends are going to be coming down here tomorrow and staying through the weekend, and we're going to be camping out down here. So I think we're ready now, and I think the cut quality, even though I had to use the bush hog instead of the zero turn, I think it will be more than satisfactory. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will go ahead and put up here the link to the video of where we made hay on that hay field, and I had to go around that spot where it was wet. And if you want to check that out, go ahead and click on it, and I'll meet you over there. And with that said, we'll catch you again next time.